Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today we're throwing it back. I mean, we're always throwing it back on this channel, but today we're like throwing it back even more. In more ways than one, if you catch my drift. That was very hot. Today we're covering something from the 1970s. It's been a while since I've talked about something from that decade on this channel. But I love the 70s as far as like campiness and strangeness goes. Like everything that gives off the vibe that this channel is interested in, the 70s has like in spades. Like it's such a weird decade and there's so much weird content from that decade. Today we're talking about the Emmy-winning Grinch Halloween special. Oh, you didn't know about the Emmy-winning Grinch Halloween special? Neither did I, honestly, until very recently, and somebody told me about it, and I've been wanting to cover it on this channel, and it is officially the night of October the 1st as I'm recording this, so I know that I've basically been doing Halloween content since the beginning of my channel, but today we're going to do like a proper Halloween special, and it's Grinch Night is Halloween Night. That's not the name of it. Halloween Night is Grinch Night. That's what we're talking about today. This thing, it's amazing that it's so obscure because like I said, it won an Emmy. Ted Geisel was the executive producer. But yeah, no one remembers it. Sad day. Yeah, let's just get into this. So we start off back in Whoville. The Whos are doing Who-related activities. This kid is on a very dangerous looking slide. This lady is sweeping dirt from her front step right into this guy's face. Poor guy.
It was a mighty peaceful sunset until old Josiah happened to sniff. And he whispered to his wife, "Mariah, will you also take a whiff?"
So yeah, everything's fine and dandy, and then Grandpa Josiah starts sniffing the air.
And Josiah and Mariah double sniffed.
And he's just like, man, the air smells weird. It must be Grinch Night. There's no way for me to say that. That doesn't sound strange. It's just strange.
They knew that the sour, sweet wind was coming back, and what the sour, sweet wind would do.
So everybody hauls ass inside because they're super scared of the Grinch. So I had to watch that clip like 3 times to realize that it was the baby that was screaming. It might just be me not being super quick on the draw at this time of night, but they timed the screams so closely with the leaves going by. For a second I thought I was supposed to believe that the leaves were like floating by like ah. Moving on.
I suggest we stay indoors tonight. I suggest we lock ourselves in tight.
Everybody starts singing about how scared they are.
It sounds like another one's coming. Another Grinch night might commence. I wouldn't go out on a night like this for $1.50.
I mean, $1.50 isn't that much. Would you take $2.75?
I wouldn't go out on a night like this for $2.50.
I mean, $2.75 still on the table, dude.
Always starts when that sour, sweet wind begins a-howlin'.
So yeah, I'm trying to make the connection between the weird smelling wind and the Grinch making trouble for people. Like maybe, does the Grinch need deodorant? Is that what the main problem is? Is that why everybody's hiding in their house?
And that wind wakes up the gree-grumps from their sleep inside the tree stumps. 'Cause when old Punker's pond gets runkled by that howlin' and that growlin', that always disturbs the hackin'-cracks. The yowlin' of the hackin'-cracks, plus that runklin', drunklin', howlin', growlin', always irritates the Grinch.
Oh, so the wind starts off a chain of events that pisses the Grinch off. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like the Grinch is more of a innocent bystander like everybody else. I don't know why it's his fault. Like, they named the night after him. I guess Halloween is Sour Sweet Wind Night wouldn't have, like, sold as well in the US and Canada.
I wouldn't go out on Grinch night for $6.60.
Still pretty cheap, but okay.
It's a wonderful night for eyebrows.
What? I don't remember the Grinch having detachable eyebrows in any of the other renditions of the Grinch, but I'm not up to date on all my Grinch lore, so maybe that's just me.
Max, go bring the paraphernalia wagon.
Max. He looks so tired and nothing's happened yet.
Grandpa, we've stood and we've stood, and stooding just stooding produces no good.
I feel like the Who's need a better, like, school system. Like, stooding isn't a word. Like, I was brought up with the American school system standards, so I'm not one to talk. I was also homeschooled, so I'm really not one to talk, but you know.
Call the Grinch Alarm Center.
So, this is a new development. They have a Grinch Alarm Center. Can you imagine being such a shitty person that there's a whole alarm center just dedicated to people stopping the crap that you're trying to pull? You need to get your life together, Grinch.
And I'm focusing my focusella to take still another look. Conditions are worsen.
So this guard's job is just to invade the Grinch's privacy? I get it. He's a big threat to Whoville, but like, I don't know if I'm cool with that. They're just spying through his window? Even the Grinch deserves some decency, guys.
Gonna be the only dancer in the Whoville town hall. I might enter the ball quite small, or I might go in quite tall.
This is another thing. I don't remember the Grinch having magical powers. He had to, like, sew his Santa suit by hand. You're telling me he could just shrink himself down and make himself bigger? Why did he have to squeeze through the chimney like he did in the original one? This is like J.K. Rowling levels of bad retro lore. Also, this is a thing, the Grinch is hugely guilty of animal abuse. He was in the original, but like, he's like really bad about it in this one, and we're not down with animal abuse here on this channel. No siree. Also, Max has this really sad solo song about how miserable he is. It's very depressing.
And I say how I wish I could turn back the clock and have the fine future I had once before.
Max deserved better, 100%.
In your puppy house, Betty, with sweet Auntie Woofy Woofoon, feeding you hominy grits with a big silver spoon.
Yeah, so the Grinch is like an extra big douchebag in this one. And it gets better. You know he's not gonna stop being a douchebag by the end because this is a prequel. Like, you remember in Solo where, like, it was like, oh, is Han Solo gonna be with Emilia Clarke? And you're like, no, of course he's not, because he's gonna end up with Princess Leia and then have his son kill him one day. It's kind of giving off that vibe, but just like on a smaller stakes scale.
I am recording the intensities and immensities of the Grinch's current antisocial activities.
I mean, we're all entitled to antisocial activities. I'm a very big fan of antisocial activities. It seems to me that your problem is when the Grinch stops being antisocial. That's when things really start to hit the fan for you guys.
You know, sir, this looks a lot better without my glasses.
Damn, I just want a t-shirt that says that. If I ever get to make merch, I want to make shirts, assuming that it's not like copyright infringement, that just say, man, this looks a lot better without my glasses.
You put your glasses back on and face the facts, Eucharia.
And then another one that says, you put your glasses back on and face the facts. I think those would be great t-shirts.
And frequently expectorates. Whoa!
Ah, so you're saying that before Gaston taught literally every kid what expectorating means. The Grinch did it first and then nobody gave him credit? It is very much like Gaston to steal credit for something. That does seem like something he would do on purpose.
And decimates and platinates 10,000 little flowers.
Missed one.
Yeah, they really just want you to hate when he, like, gets redeemed in the original. Like, they just really want you to be like, you know what? You don't deserve a heart that's 2 sizes bigger.
You know something, Grandpa Josiah?
Shh, Eucharia.
Shut up, kid. Halloween night is Grinch night.
The Woozer at least should have immunity. He's the only one left in our community.
Okay, so in case you missed it, or in case I missed it, maybe, I'll link, because this is on YouTube, I'll link this down in the description in case you want to watch it and see if you catch anything that I didn't, but, I don't know why the Grinch is going to all of this trouble. Like, he doesn't have a goal. Like, in the original one, it was like, hey, I hate Christmas because everybody's a bunch of noisy asses and it really bothers me and I just want to sleep in, so I'm gonna steal Christmas. But on this one, he's just like, the winds are smelly and the land is noisy. I'm going to terrorize a village of people for no reason and with no discrimination as to who I piss off. I'm just gonna run rampant. That's what you get, piece of shit. Okay, in case you thought this plot couldn't get weirder, it can, and it will. The little kid Eucharia, he's like, hey, I gotta go pee, which is a very random plot device, first of all. Second of all, they call the outhouse the euphemism.
I gotta go to the euphemism.
The euphemism?
Excuse me?
No one goes to the euphemism on a night like this.
But I gotta.
Well, see, if you had indoor plumbing, that would kind of solve your problem, right? Like, I don't mean to be elitist, but, like, I feel like the Whos have indoor plumbing at their disposal, right? This was not something that was covered in the original movie. I never thought about the plumbing system of Whoville before. Oh yeah, so the wind just blows Eucharia off the path, and he just goes flying. And then he gets lost. He doesn't realize that he's nowhere near his house, and he's just like, where's the bathroom? And he's just like trudging up the Grinch mountain.
He is wandering up Mount Crumpet.
Mount Crumpet, that's the actual name of the mountain.
No one comes home through the wind. No one comes home through the growling. He is lost amongst the yowling, lost forever in the darkness.
What are these defeatist lyrics? This is supposed to be a happy children's special, you guys.
I'll be sore for a month.
Well, you should have thought of that before you were mean to people, right? I thought so.
Where is that euphemism?
Dude, if you haven't found it yet, you're not gonna find it.
Oh, a doggy.
Oh, a doggy. Why is that? I don't know why that was funny. It was just the timing.
Nice doggy. Poor lost doggy.
I think you're the one who's lost, dude, not the dog.
Who are you?
Eucharia who, sir?
This might be like a side note, but ever since I was a kid, I never understood how the naming system of the Whos worked. Because, like, everybody's last name is Who, right? So, like, how did they get their mail? Like, these are the things I think about at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You know, sir, I like you much better with my glasses off.
Oh! Can I get you some ice for that burn, Mr. Grinch?
I'll show him.
Yeah, so the Grinch just weaponizes his detachable eyebrows and starts coming after this poor little kid.
Out of my way, small Who. I got bigger things to do than to waste my time with you on Grinch night.
What things? What things do you have to do? You haven't explained yourself yet, Grinch.
He would have to save the town. He would simply somehow have to stop that Grinch from getting down.
What's he gonna do when he gets down? I'm so confused. So Eucharia goes sledding down the side of Mount Crumpet in half a log, and then almost dies but doesn't. And he does all of this to stall for time so that the Grinch does not invade Whoville and do whatever it is that he's planning on doing on Grinch night. What is his big plan, you ask? Well, I guess we'll just have to see now, won't we?
Will you please scare me some more, sir? I sort of like it.
What? That was your plan that you risked life and limb for? Come on, kid. I know you got better than that. So the Grinch isn't falling for it, so he takes off in his sleigh again, or cart, or whatever you call this thing.
Put those glasses on and get up here.
And then Eucharia gets in his way again. And then the Grinch is like, okay, fine, I'll scare you. And then we get like this pink elephant drug trip of a musical number. They were on that good shit in the 70s, weren't they?
Take a little walk.
This just reminds me of like the, I don't know what you call it, the sand dunes from Beetlejuice. You know what I'm talking about? So this scene goes on for a very long time, and then Eucharia makes it back out, and he's just like, hey, the weird winds are dying down.
The sour sweet wind is dying down. That always stops the Grinch from prowling.
Checkmate, Grinch. And for reasons unexplained to me at this point, the Grinch is just like, damn, you're right. I guess I can't wreak terror on the town anymore.
Well, I'll be Grinched.
Also, I just want to point out that the Grinch surveillance system that they had in place did absolutely nothing, and in the meantime, this child just had to take care of all of their problems for them. I don't know what their job is supposed to be. So Eucharia makes it home. Max goes home with him and just, like, isn't the Grinch's dog anymore, which is definitely a plot hole. And the Grinch is like, man, I'll be back one day.
That wind will be coming back someday. I'll be coming back someday.
Which is also strange because he can come down anytime he wants. Like, he just decided to come and try to ruin Christmas for everybody. So I don't know. I don't know what's motivating and unmotivating the Grinch at this point. But anyway, that's the end of the special. Everybody's happy. The Grinch doesn't do anything. And Halloween is Grinch night, apparently. It's bizarre because, like, there were clearly a lot of really talented people that worked on this. Like, the voice actors and the animators clearly, like, worked very hard and you know, everybody clearly put a lot of effort into this. It's just one of those things where you're just like, that exists? Okay. But yeah, that's the end of Halloween night is Grinch night. That's not the name of it. Halloween is Grinch night. I'm sure I got that wrong a lot of times during this video. I'm sorry in advance. But yeah, that's the end of the special. Definitely not the worst special I've ever seen, just like kind of the most random that I've seen, you know what I mean? And I wanted to share it with you guys because I love all things Halloween, especially at this time of year. But at all times of year, I love sharing these kind of things with you guys. So let me know what you think. I hope you liked this video. I'm actually going to create, and I'll link it in the description box, but I'm going to create a like Halloween playlist because I've been trying to make sure that all the videos are, you know, I want to make sure that they stay like well organized so it's easy for you guys to get to the videos that you want to see. So I'm going to start like a Halloween playlist with all the spooky, scary stuff that I cover, which is like half of everything I've covered on this channel. But yeah, I'll link that down below, so if you're trying to get into the Halloween spirit or maybe doing some decorating or filling the void that is not really getting to trick-or-treat this year or anything like that because of, well, you know. If you just want to get into the Halloween mood and you want a playlist that reflects that kind of spooky vibe, I'll have that linked, and obviously you can, you know, get to that. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, anything and everything you do to support this channel. It means so much to me. Like, I say that every single time, but like, it really does mean a lot to me, so thank you guys for being here. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Happy Grinch night, guys!